What's up, Bottom Nation? I'm leaving it in. Do not cut, Alex. Do not cut. Thanks for listening, guys. I don't have any tour dates until August. I'm taking a few weeks off to work on my solo show, which is available on the Patreon. It's really, really important to me, and I'm taking the time away, and I'm counting on y'all. Go and donate $1 at patreon.com/WHGS. We have 4 bonus episodes a month. We have live streams, all kinds of stuff, cameos, yada, yada, yada. This week on the pod, from the Netflix streaming service, we have one of the stars of The Ultimatum. Rae from The Ultimatum is on the pod today. Oh my God. I love talking to her. She is such a kind, sweet person. We spilled the whole episode really revolves around The Ultimatum, revolves around FingerGate. It is so much fun. And then Rae came to Sunday school and my New York City weekly show, and we hung out a little bit. She is lovely. I absolutely adored working with her, and I think you're going to love this episode and get some of your questions answered. Some of the big Ultimatum questions answered. All right, guys, and the theater tour, all the tickets, I think for except for maybe 3 or 4 cities, are out. So go to ashleygavin.com and go and get your ticket. And for the 4 or 5 not on there, just get on the text alert. Maybe I'll be texting you in the next few days about your tickets dropping. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I have a lot to talk about in terms of my health and my upcoming life plans. Nothing crazy. Don't get nervous, but it's just really nice that you guys continue to support my work and look after me and send me nice things in the DMs and stuff like that. I really can't say how grateful I am for you enough. I'm so grateful. Okay, enjoy the episode. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Helix. Listener, I love my Helix mattress. It's the best mattress that I've ever owned. I've had it for 2 years now, and I've been sleeping like a baby. And it's because Helix knows that I need a personalized mattress just for me. I went to helixsleep.com/gaysex, took their 2-minute quiz, in which matched with the perfect mattress for my gay little body, listener. And right now, Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Listener, today's episode is sponsored by PayPal Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. I love shopping with Honey. It's so quick for me to save a ton of cash no matter what I'm shopping for. I'm a big online shopper for all the stuff that we make this podcast with, my clothes, yada, yada, yada. I can't believe how much money I've saved on Honey. I saved $20 on a pair of jeans. How crazy is that? And Honey doesn't just work on your desktop. It works on your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. Getting Honey seriously only takes a few seconds, and by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this show. Get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/gay. That's joinhoney.com/gay.
Hey, I'm Rae from The Ultimatum. I forgot what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just going to sit here and wait for you guys to ask me questions. I cannot remember what you said earlier.
Yeah, you're good. I hosted so effectively that the guest said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
And I'm very thankful I took a gummy prior because I'm trying to ease off and get the juices going. It's going to be either that or I'm going to have a mad anxiety attack in 20 fucking minutes. So we'll see. It's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss.
Either way, we're in for a treat.
What I was going to say is you look stunning. What is going on?
Thank you so much. I had an audition before this, so I had to put on makeup.
I thought it was Rae. I
didn't even put on makeup for this.
I usually don't.
Then you look stunning.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
What was the audition? Are you allowed to say what it was for?
No. Acting, but I can't say what it's for.
Does it feel big? Does it feel like a game changer, Brie?
Is this gonna change your life?
Well, I'm laughing because nothing. Oh, really?
How'd you feel about it? How'd you feel about the audition? I'm invested. This is not about me anymore. It's about you.
I feel like it went pretty well. I was excited about it, but I mean, they all feel big. It's you never know.
Self-taper in the room.
It's almost all self-tape right now.
Yeah, nothing goes into Rae. You're a software engineer, which is what I used to do, correct?
Yes. Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it couldn't be more different than that. It is so
No.
incredibly different.
I was gonna say this is the first time I've said 2 words today, like since my job started this morning. I haven't had like a single conversation. I've just been staring at code.
I used to like tell bits in my meetings, and it was so depressing to tell bits like to an all software engineer audience in my meetings. I needed to get the fuck out of there. I don't know what I was doing. Although I will say the skills have been real. I was writing code yesterday, actually. It's been super helpful for I have a text alert. Get on my text alert. I'll text you when I perform in your city. I have a text alert, and I built all the code for that myself, basically.
Wait, that's sick. Wait, how long have you been doing it?
Comedy.
No, coding, like software, being a software engineer before.
Ash just constantly bringing everything back to, can we talk about my comedy now? You've been talking about your coding for 10 minutes. You're like, oh, about my stand-up? Ray's like, no, you're fucking coding.
I spent at least, first of all, we've been on for 4, Bree, you drama queen. Second of all, I spent at least 2 of those 4 asking you about your audition today.
That was really nice. And you said that I looked really nice, which is really sweet. Like, we're off to I feel like I'm like, what's going on today? This is an interesting start.
Maybe you look a little slightly femmer without the tight bun.
I think that's what it is. I think I'm giving you really femme energy, and it's I don't know. I feel a different sort of energy between us today.
Are you STEM?
Yeah, usually.
What are the new words we're using for the in between? My friends and I are talking about it, and I feel like the younger kids are using different words. I heard of a word futch lately, and I never heard about that before.
I do not like futch.
I don't either. It sounds like a foot or something. I don't know.
It sounds like a masculine lesbian foot is what it sounds like. It sounds like you're wearing Birkenstocks and you have nail polish on.
It's really funny though, because when I audition, it's almost always obviously for I don't know if that's obviously, but it's almost always for a more feminine presenting person. So I'm like, okay, I got to put on my femme face today. It's so funny.
Both of you actually are femme enough. Well, Rae, you're interesting, and I'm curious to hear how you discuss. Oh my god, there's so many things I want to get into on this episode. We're in the apartment. We're having gay sex. Rae, I notice you don't use your last name on anything, so should I just not say it?
No, you can use my last name.
Okay. And it's Cheung-Sutton, right?
Yep. Also, I forgot what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for you guys to ask me questions. I cannot remember what you said earlier.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
It's It's actually, we'll leave this in. It's a conversational podcast, so I've hosted so effectively that the guest said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm clearly killing it right now. It's real. Here, clickbait. It's real. It's raw with Rae from the Ultimatum, and then put in, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's the clickbait for this.
Perfect. Done.
Perfect.
But wait, I forget what we were.
We're in the apartment. We're having gay sex.
We're having gay sex with Rae Cheung-Sutton today. You know her from the Ultimatum. Just probably one of the most well-known queer people in the world right now. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
It is actually knowing what I know about software engineers and you remind me a lot of the people that I studied CS with at college. I feel.
I thought you meant the people that you studied. You studied people.
Yeah, who is she studying here? I'm where is she going with this?
Someone called me an anthropologist by watching so much reality TV. But in my studies of you, no, I feel like I know a little bit about you from what I know from studying CS, and then also watching the Ultimatum. Of course, we don't know you, but we see a little bit of your personality and how you got into that situation, how you even ended up on reality TV is it's so bizarre to me because you are the one. I'm one of these girls is not like the other.
Yes.
Could you not see it? I was every episode. I'm what am I doing here? Why am I here? How did I end up here? It was a mess.
And thank you for being here. We usually we do intros, which I never do on time, but let's just do them today. And I come up with a fun little pun or rhyme or something for Bree. I have been slacking and overworked and so I haven't had time for these rhymes. So I'm just gonna try and improvise one. Bree lives in Canada, and that is often the source that I use. If you have any thoughts on Canada, just off the top of your head at any moment, you can throw them out there because obviously, again, I'm not doing my job. But we're in the apartment. We're having gay sex. I'm Ashley Gavin, cis gay, white woman, she, her pronouns. Thanks for being here. Guys, donate to the Patreon. We couldn't do this on ads alone. There are 3 different people working on this podcast in addition to me and the post. You can not posts. You can donate at patreon.com/WHGS, and there's a $1 option. There's a live stream. There's bonus episodes. It's so much fun over there. And we read your stories, which is really, really fun. And then, as always, the Chancellor of Canceller to keep me from getting canceled.
I like that one. I liked that one. Keep going.
Motherfucker. I always say that one right. What the fuck am I going to say today? Reindeer, snow, Vancouver, maple.
You're getting there. You should be more inspired because you just came to Vancouver.
I know I should. It's beautiful. It's green. It's lush. Much like Bree's pussy. Give it up for Brianne Williamson.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I'm Brianne Williamson. I'm a lesbian. Right now, I do actually have a bush going, like a full bush. So, like, you know what? It hit home. I feel that.
Is it green?
It's not green. That's the one thing that didn't quite, hit the nail on the head. But, a quick box dye might be able to get there. I'll do that for you next time. She, her, lesbian. I think that's it.
And then, Rae, anything that you want the listener at home to know about you. We usually do, like, pronouns and stuff like that, but it's just like, whatever, you're introducing yourself.
Hey, I'm Rae from the Ultimatum. She, her. That's all I got for y'all. That's all I got right now.
Well, thank you for being here. Did I mention this podcast is conversational? So you
Yes, you did.
Great, good.
And I'm very thankful I took a gummy prior because I'm like trying to ease off and get the juices going. It's going to be either that or I'm going to have a mad anxiety attack in 20 fucking minutes. So we'll see. It's a hit or miss.
Either way, we're in for a treat.
Yeah, right when we go into your section. I mean, I guess I have to ask if and feel free to not answer the ones you don't want to answer or cannot answer because we'll just cut that out. And I do feel like I have to ask, how the fuck did the initial conversation with Lexi go?
Thank you.
Because Lexi had a little bit of a platform going on prior, and I think was probably more comfortable with the on-camera life. You know what I'm saying? Not to say anything negative. It's just sort of a fact. You know what I mean? Whereas you are literally, you're like doing Python. You're beep bop boop boop. Do you write in Python? What are you writing?
JavaScript. But Lexi actually didn't start OF before like the show came up to her. I think they messaged her on Instagram or something. And I was in the process of changing my career. So I'm like in school, like, beep bopping on my computer. And she says, hey, like this company reached out to me. Like, what do you think about this? And I said, no, like, I'm not doing that. I'm crazy. You know me. I'm reserved. Like, I need to feel safe before I can be vulnerable. Like, no. And it was just a lot of that. And then I said, okay. And, here we are.
What was the
yeah.
And you're so happy about it. We're so thrilled. What was the thing that you finally, I'm sorry to say it this way, but finally caved?
Yeah. Like what got you convinced?
I think there was a conversation about compromise. And I think because she was so ahead of me in every step of our relationship and like wanted to be in a relationship, saying, I love you, like all of the things. Why is the hand on the face like that? I'm scared I'm fucking like giving the tea or something.
No, you're not. It's just like, can you imagine like you don't do the dishes enough, so we have to be on reality TV. That's the only compromise that we can make. You
like, listen, did y'all try couples therapy first? Like what?
That's probably should have been the first start. But yeah, anyways, we had that conversation about compromise, and I think I just got to a point where I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, this will at least give me an answer, like a yes or a no. And
that's true.
I have my answer. So, I have my answer.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm also, do they cover the therapy for post show, or is that something you have to do out of pocket?
Yeah, no, during show they covered a certain amount of sessions, after show, same sessions, and like I had a meeting with some of the producers and I
That's good.
cried during the meeting because I was still like a little fucked up from everything, like, still emotional, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, reached out to me via email, we're gonna give you 8 more sessions. I hope you're doing okay. And I'm like, give me the sessions, give me the
Oh
sessions.
my God, yeah. Take all the free therapy.
Yeah, they've definitely been paying for my sessions.
I was joking, but I'm very glad to hear that they're covering therapy because it's a really intense process. And especially the lesbian version, I feel like as a viewer at home, I'm really glad to have it happening, but also it feels like we exposed like a wound to the world. Like it not all of you guys, but it feels like, oh, we really showed the world what homophobia does to people.
Yeah, we're all a little fucked up.
I don't want to sound problematic, but like, I think if you took averages of people's experience, you're going to find that on average, queer people, and I hope this becomes less and less and less, but queer people have been probably through more traumatic events with their family not accepting them, and that can lead to, being on reality TV and having a meltdown.
Fair. But like, that's what's cool. I think also when we talk about, there was the compromise part, but then there was also the part that, I grew up not having a lot of shit to see, right? Ellen, like Glee,
Yes.
Shay Mitchell, like those are usually like my go-tos. And I felt like I have a chance to be a part of something that's bigger than myself. And now, like you said, exposing the world to what a queer relationship looks like, even though it's a fucking hot mess. Like, yeah, we have hot messes, you have hot messes, like maybe ours a little different, but just like that exposure, I think is really cool. I forgot a lot of really great messages about like just having people be able to relate to like our stories.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of fun watching because it was like, I love reality television. I'm a reality TV like junkie. I watch it all the time. I'm such a fan. I loved you on the show, Rae. I thought you were great. And very likable. You're a very likable person.
Oh my God, you're so likable. I just wanted to honestly, I wanted to protect you. I was like, I need to get in there and get Rae out of this situation. That's I was.
You knew I didn't want to be there. Yeah, you knew. Listen, going through it and like that year after, it was tough. I resented it, I regretted it, but I think I'm at such a good place now with my growth and like how I feel about the whole process in general. I just feel so fucking good now. I can't say that. I can't say that I felt that way like a year ago, but right now I feel really happy with how everything turned out.
You know what? That's the thing a lot of people forget is you film it and then it's like you have to wait so long. So it's like this impending doom of release. It
was a year and a half of me being anxious about how I was going to be perceived because I thought I thought I was going to get everyone in my DMs being like, you fucking cheater, like you you're thinking like the worst things, and like that anxiety was a lot. And then we filmed the reunion, and before you film the reunion, you watch every episode, like you have to binge it the night before. So I'm like,
you have to watch them all in one day?
Oh. So like fast forwarding, trying to get through it. Because at this point, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, I need to go to bed. I got the reunion tomorrow. So I'm like fast forwarding. I'm like, okay, a huge feeling of relief just having seen it, which now is so funny. I watch it a second time and I'm seeing it through a different lens because obviously Lexi and I were together during the reunion and now we're not. So it's just been.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's just been a lot. It has been a long time ago though. So a lot of us are different, hopefully.
Listener, are you listening to our Patreon exclusive You're Having Gay Sex? Well, here's a sneak peek of what you missed last week.
Back to the car, and as we absolutely should have foreseen, somebody had gone through the bins on the back of the car. As we were unpacking in our new place, we realized exactly what was missing from those bins. In among the blankets and shitty shoes had been a small box taped shut and labeled goodies.
For thief. You might as well labeled it for a criminal looking for something of value.
Dear Neil, take this box.
So it turns out the bungee cords weren't the only straps that had been messed with.
Oh! There are 4 bonus episodes a month of this series, you're having gay sex on our Patreon at the $10 tier and then 2 at the $5 tier. Patreon.com/WHGS. Well, if you care about what I think, and there's really no reason you should. I am just one person in the comment section. But I thought what happened with Vanessa... Look, I have friends who do reality TV. Hannah Berner is one of my closest friends. Like, they did her dirty with her edit. So, like, I don't want to say that that is, you know, definitively who she is. Although, the point is, I didn't think you did anything wrong because you guys weren't in a relationship anymore. That's the entire premise of the show. That's like the one thing. So it's like very hard for me, especially I'm in an open relationship. So I was watching this and I was like, the rules are clear. Like, she's dating someone else. So
you're
like,
broken up.
You're broken up. So like, and all you did was catch some finger. Like, that's not the end of the... It wasn't like a steamy love affair.
At least you didn't say FingerGate. If I have to hear the word FingerGate one more fucking time.
Are you traumatized by the word finger in general? Because I would be.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. It's never ending.
I'm not even getting to the whole, like, what is lesbian sex thing. I think whatever you think is lesbian sex is sex. It's not the mouth versus finger thing. I'm just saying, like, it didn't seem like a passionate, like, hookup. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like there was romance and a deep emotional connection. It was like, quite literally, you caught some finger and for like a minute.
The video and audio they play with, like, the moment isn't, like, actually from that night.
What? Are you allowed to say that?
I have no idea, but they're gonna look at this, right? They're not coming for me. They're gonna come for you. So I don't give a fuck.
Oh, really?
As you're like, great. Okay, so wait, the audio while we think it's okay, the audio that they placed over where you're like, oh yeah, that feels good. That wasn't that night.
No, we had filmed something else where like I had period cramps and she was like giving me little back tickles, like they used that, and the video you see of us getting in bed, also a different night. So what happened was,
wow,
at in the room there's like a GoPro, there's a camera, and there's like this big ass light for lighting, huge, like a huge ass rectangle of light. And it was bedtime. They leave, and this fucking light is on. There's no switch. I don't know how to turn it off. So I like message someone. I say, hey, is it okay if I unplug this? I need to go to bed. Like, can I unplug this? So every night I was unplugging this thing on the wall that had this light on it.
But thank God you have 8 more therapy sessions. You were constantly living in pure light 24/7. But don't worry, we threw in a few extra.
They tossed you a handful of therapy sessions. You're good.
Anyways, I was unplugging this light. So I don't know. They didn't have night film of us for like a week, I guess, or however long it was.
Good for you.
And that's why there's no actual footage. Which, because I saw you see Yoli and Mal, you see Xander and Vanessa, like you see bits of that, and that's why you don't see any of that with us. Because
got it.
I was unplugging the camera.
So
basically.
lucky, good for you. Because I always, when they do those night footage things, I mean, like, call me a prude over here clutching my pearls, but I'm like, we could have cut this like 30 seconds ago. Like, give us the insinuation. Like, I don't actually need to watch. I feel like a fucking creep, like watching it. Like, I'm like going like this while watching it.
I disagree. Mic the bed better. More camera angles.
No.
I want extended cuts on their Patreon.
I'm with Brie on this one. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
I'll get on your OnlyFans if I want to see it.
Yeah, give me the like bachelorette vibes where they like just like close the door and we all get what happened, you know? Like, I don't need like this like night vision cam with like the poor dog shaking on the bed. Like it was it was a lot to witness.
Well, wait, I kind of have, I guess we'll flip the order today, or we'll just do a full hour of Ultimatum. But I think a lot of people, I'm sure the number one thing you get is why Vanessa, like, how could you guys be buds? Like, I'm sure you get a fair amount of that. Do you feel like, since you went into this sort of with a hesitant mindset and probably like a lot of walls up, I imagine that in a way, well, this is like kind of twofold and one is more cutting than the other, but I imagine it's like not towards you, towards Vanessa. You are an angel and perfect in every way. Well, again, and a disclaimer, I will immediately apologize if Vanessa does the episode, and I will fully glorify her, and I'll say all this about you. Okay, anyway, I'm messing around. But I will glorify her. I will never say mean things about you. I've
lost what the question is. I can't even imagine how Rae feels on the gummy right now.
Rae is fully PTSDing and feels like, well, this is where the host should have asked some more hard-hitting questions, I think, and why I would have been a better host, Netflix. But I think that because
We're waiting.
you had a little bit... Okay, I'm going. I feel like you probably had a wall up. And in a way, like, Vanessa's almost like a choice that almost guarantees you're not going to, like, develop... Nothing is going to happen here. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Wait, why would nothing happen if I'm with the person that is like, let's get this party started?
Okay, Rae, let's ask this question. Why do you think
Fuck
you were...
I can rephrase my question.
Let's ask Rae, why this is my audition. You had your chance, Ash. Now here's my audition as the host.
Okay, fine.
What drew you to Vanessa to choose her as your
Too
temporary
open-ended.
wife?
Too open-ended. She's gonna give a fucking soft answer here. You answer this first, and then I'm gonna rephrase my question.
Oh God, I'm scared. I think, like you said, I have a wall up, and it wasn't even looking for a partner who's gonna fit me. It was more, I think I needed a different reflection of myself because I'm so like kind of uptight and like not free. And I think she just had this like, woo, free nature, very unapologetic. And I love that. And I usually have that in a partner. Like Lex is also unapologetically herself. So I just, I'm drawn to that kind of energy. And that's really why I chose her. And also based on like the 10 people out of all the people who I like would see in a room, like that would probably be my first like head, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's legitimately a small pool, but I think what you're saying, like, it's not a choice out of like attraction or desire or like building a relationship. It's a choice out of like, I have these 10 people. Who is going to match my current mood in this situation that I can like kind of, you know what I mean?
Who am I going to get the most from out of this experience, whether it's a relationship, figuring out something about myself, figuring out something about my relationship. And the other person I was dating on the final day of dating was Mal. So like Lexi and I were basically going for the same people.
Yeah.
That's so interesting to me that there's the both of you that are both interested in, the same two people that both are like complete opposites from the viewer perspective.
Yeah, there's so many different nuances, I think, from this versus a straight version too. Because with a straight version, I'm only dating your partner, but here you're dating the person and their partner, so it's like fucked. It's extra fucked.
That's so true because everyone has the potential to be with everybody.
This show is built for lesbians. Like, this show is like literally, they made it for straight people, but the show is actually the perfect format specifically for women loving women. Like that.
I don't know if any lesbian is going to volunteer after watching what we just went through to do it. Like, I know you want to be the host, but I don't know if anyone's going to line up for this.
Do you typically go for femmer people?
Yes, I do. I've only dated 2 women, and both have been femme.
Okay. Oh, so are you like recently? I guess you were dating Lexi for 4 years, but that had to have been like kind of new after your coming out.
I came out in like 2016. Is that
right?
right?
Okay.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah.
Okay.
So my senior year of college or something.
Okay, I've got to go back to something. This has been on my mind. I can't get it off. Hold on. I'm really stressed about this. Rae, I apologize. I need to ask this question because we talked about you getting fingered. And the reaction.
What the people really want.
That was a fucking setup.
Can you give a demonstration, Rae? We're going to need an actual.
Oh my God.
This is important to me because we saw
Was
you
it inside or outside?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So bad. For me, it would be outside. Okay. What I need to know from you is how you felt about how much heat you took because we saw you feel very guilty. But to me as a viewer, I was watching you have your little thing with Vanessa. To me, it seemed like very clear that you were broken up. You did what you did, whatever. And then I was watching the scenes between Mal and Lexi that to me felt way more connected than any sort of physical intimacy. So if it were me and I was watching like two versions of my partner, like one's Rae and the things you experience with Vanessa, and one's Lexi and the things that Lexi experienced with Mal, I think I'd be more inclined to feel some type of way about Lexi and Mal's connection. But you didn't seem to give Lexi any heat there. So I'm curious how you felt about how you,
because Rae is an angel.
Yeah.
Rae is a good person.
I want to know how you feel about that.
While you think about that, Bree, I'm going to fucking kill you. You are coming for my job. You prepped for this. You like wrote questions in advance. Okay, I've got a lot going on. Okay, and I just want to clarify for everyone watching me, like, wow, Bree is really out hosting Ashley here. Who's got the jokes? Who's got the fucking jokes? All right.
She heard you were going to be the next alt host, and she's trying to climb in. She's trying to get in first place there right now.
That's
Maybe
what I'm
we
saying.
can like be a duo host.
Oh my God, I would fucking love that.
I can't remember the question.
That's my fault.
I just think there's a friendship there. Like maybe it looked like there was like I don't know what emotional, like the emotional cheating versus like physical cheating, whatever that differentiation is, whatever you think is like heavier, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I just knew there was a friendship there, and like I had also dated Mal, right? Like I love Mal.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything that I thought was like.
I also think that
I didn't care.
That could come down to the edit as well, because like we're seeing these intimate moments between them because they're trying to build a story and create drama. And oh my God, could there possibly be a proposal here? Whereas from Rae's perspective,
but you guys got that. But you guys felt that way when you watched them together.
Yeah,
I didn't. It felt more friendship to me.
Okay, so then there's half the people that think that way. Yeah, me too. I'm surprised. I see comments about it, and I'm like, dang, people really thought they were like falling.
It's almost like one of us is more perceptive than the other one, and maybe is more qualified for a hosting job at Netflix.
Okay, well, maybe it was all their fucking dinners where they were talking about wanting to spend their lives together. Like, I don't understand. Like, they went to dinner with Lexi's parents and were talking about how they could for sure see themselves. And Lexi's parents are like, doesn't this seem a little quick? You've only been with this person. And they're like, no, we can see each other as life partners. La, la, la.
That's the topic of the show. Like, they're going to be fed sort of, we want you to address these things. Can you bring this up? Can you bring that up? Can you discuss these? They're being prompted. They're not sitting down with the parents being like, we need to tell you that we are life partners. No, if they weren't fed anything, they'd be at the table unprepared the way I'm talking about catching a finger.
Well, this is what I'm trying to clear up, because people are going to be listening that watch the show, and I think I've seen the comments, I've made posts about the ultimatum, and I think there's like a big perception out there that Mal and Lexi had a romantic romantic bond that felt more intense than what Rae experienced with Vanessa. So I was interested to see.
I think it was friendship.
Okay, well, Rae, what do you think? Friendship. Okay.
Definitely friendship. I mean, even to this day, like they're really good friends. So like family.
Here's a hard hitting question, Rae. I'm so enjoying this rapport that we've set up between us competing over interviewing you. I think it's really fun.
If finger comes up in this fucking sentence, I'm gonna turn my camera off.
No. Well, actually, how was her technique?
Oh my God. This is awful.
Pass. Okay, next.
You're in host number 2 now, right now. You're host number 2. So
yes.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Would you consider yourself a Vanessa apologist? Sometimes when we get to know somebody, we see them three-dimensionally. We understand why they are the way they are. Do you see Vanessa as having grown and like moved towards like some higher path here, or do you decline and plead the fifth?
I don't know if I spoke to her enough post reunion to like know her as a human today, but the person who was there a year and a half ago, she had also, the reason why I think a lot of the cast had a hard time with her is because she had said some things off camera, which she kind of alluded to.
There's off camera?
When she talks in the reunion about like using humor, I think she had made some jokes to people that kind of didn't sit right. So there was a lot of people who like, weren't fucking with it. And for me, I felt and still feel again, I don't know who she is today as a human, but you have to give someone the space after they learn a lesson like this, right? Like people are eating her up in the DMs and stuff, right?
I know, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Like it makes you so anxious to read negative commentary about yourself, even when it's trivial. Like I've never gone through like something she's going through, but it hurts so much. Yeah.
I can't imagine what she went through or is still going through right now. So I think for me, yes, she said some things that weren't like the best or just weren't nice, but sometimes you have to remember how people grew up and like the people that they're surrounded by. And now that they've learned like, oh shit, I can't do that. Maybe you give them the chance to change.
Big Papa.
Maybe you give them the chance to change. And then from there, you can make your new judgment. So am I an apologist? No, I think she was who she was on the show, but I hope that she has gotten to a place now that she has made some different choices.
Yeah. That was a very nice answer, Rae. Listener, it's summertime. Are you rolling around in your mattress all hot? Maybe by yourself or with another person, or maybe someone you hauled in because it's Pride Month. Whatever it is, Helix Sleep has you covered. I love my Helix mattress. It's the best mattress I've ever owned, and I'm getting the best sleep of my life. My partner loves it, and she runs a little hot. So when we took our quiz at helixsleep.com/gaysex, we threw in there that we wanted something cooling, and we put in all the other things, what parts of our body we sleep on, whether or not we have any lower back pain, and Helix spat out the perfect mattress just for us. So no matter what you need, Helix has something for you. And you might be nervous about buying a mattress. It's a big decision. That's why they offer a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. So don't stress about it, okay? And if you don't trust me, don't take my word for it. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired magazine. It's even recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Listener, today's episode is brought to you by PayPal Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone and computer. Did you know it only takes a few seconds to get Honey? That means if you go and add it to your laptop or iPhone right now, you could be done by the time this ad read is even over. Oh my God, how good does it feel to get something off your to-do list fast? And then you can get all that shopping done because you know you're going to be saving money while you do it. You know what else works fast? Honey's deal finding abilities. Have you scoured the internet looking for coupon codes? Those days are over. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the Honey button appears, and all you have to do is hit apply coupons and wait a few seconds as Honey all over the internet. If it finds a working coupon, you'll watch the prices drop. I've been using Honey for years, listener. Okay, long before I started this podcast. It has saved me money on clothes. It saved me $20 on a pair of jeans once. That's like most of the jeans, guys. And it was so easy to use. And did you know that Honey doesn't just work on your desktop? It actually works on your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. Getting Honey seriously only takes a few seconds, and by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this show. Get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/gay. That's joinhoney.com/gay.
Did you ever talk to Lexi's grandpa post-show about what happened with Vanessa?
Oh my God, I need another gummy.
This was such like a big, this was such a big point of contention that Grandpa was gonna have to have a conversation.
So fucking much. Every time I see a comment about it.
Jen is my girlfriend, and we were dying. Both of us were like, oh, maybe that doesn't have to happen at all. Maybe
Grandpa doesn't need to know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe you just warn your family the show won't be a fun watch for you, so maybe don't watch it.
That would have been great. I would have really liked that one. Her family talks about everything. They are very open, and I didn't grow up in a family like that. Like, we're like, put your emotions down here, don't talk about anything. And we're getting better, we're getting better. But her family, the first time I met them, we were at a graduation dinner, and I remember after the dinner, I called my sister. I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't have to say a single word. I just sat there and I just listened, and it was great." But that's just how her family is. They talk about absolutely everything, which, sucks for me sometimes, but it is what it is.
So Grandpa did have a conversation post show.
Not with me. Not with me.
Did you talk with Grandpa about any other fingering that was happening? Or was this the only finger that he needed to know? Because it sounded like this was an important, almost a family tradition now that I'm hearing you say this.
Yep. And the finger quota has been hit.
Okay, we're at finger quota. Thank you so much. Okay. 10.
Well, 10, no more. I'm just kidding. You can. It's actually okay.
So I guess a lot of people you're single now, right?
Yes, I am single.
And you are very cute, Rae.
Oh, thank you.
Where are you living these days?
I'm in Orange County. I'm going to move to LA in July.
Awesome.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Okay. So I have a question. For you, Rae, because I watched the reunion, and in the reunion, obviously now we're finding out that was definitely not present day reunion. So that was still like, how many months ago was that?
January. Yeah.
January.
So we filmed in November of 2021, the show finished, and then January this year we filmed the reunion.
Wow.
So I'm wondering, because in the reunion, it was like, okay, Lexi's mom's making plans for the wedding. Like, you leave the reunion, and what goes down?
That's what I was going to ask as well, by the way.
I've given everyone almost the same answer for this. I think there was still stuff coming up from the show that we're struggling with, and Lexi's lifestyle also really changed. So we were on the same path for 5 years, and we started to just become different people. And, that's expected in a relationship, right? Like, everyone changes, and you either want to grow with someone and change with someone, or you say, you know what, I think we're going down different paths. And that's what we said. Yeah. And we said, bye-bye, good luck. It was a good 5 years. It was a good run.
I will not make a joke about what might have been coming up again post show. I will not make that joke, and I am not making that joke right now, for the record. We have reached our quota, so I will not make it. But I think what's interesting about that is, like, Lexi seems like a different person to me than the person that I saw on the show in just her online presence. Maybe not. Maybe I'm totally wrong. She certainly, like, dresses a little different than she did. But I will say, you guys are young. Like, I think it should be illegal for people to get married before they're 30. Because those, especially queer people, those years are so important to figuring out who you are. And now that I know a little bit about you, I know a little bit about Lexi, I'm like, these guys are just so different. Like, fundamentally, not everyone, Jen's more introverted than I am. I know Bree, your partner doesn't love the social media stuff, but those aren't like core differences, which it feels like there might have, the way you guys grew, like that might have changed pretty dramatically.
Yeah. In terms of being young, I will also say that a lot of us come out later in life, so we don't have the traditional dating in high school, right? We start dating when we're in college, or like after college even. And I think her and I were the youngest couple there, which was surprising to me. Usually on these like dating shows, The Bachelor, I see people who are 22 and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing there? Right? Like, can you imagine being engaged at 22? Like, my friends are 28, 30, have kids, and I'm like, I can't even imagine that. So,
and they're all complaining. They're like, I haven't found my person yet. And you're like, you're 22 years old. What do you mean you haven't found your person yet?
It's like, because you're not out. You're not your fully developed self. And you're not doing the dating that you would do earlier in life. And this is to say, and I mean this categorically, gay people are immature across the board. And we need more time. That's
delayed adolescence gay people experience.
But we're not immature, but it is actually very difficult to make up for that lost time and figure out who we are. And so, I don't think people should get married till they're 30 for that exact reason. You just don't really know who you are yet.
Great. I'm on the right track.
Well, I'm 35 and I only think, oh my God, do you want to know something embarrassing?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I went to a psychic today.
Oh, that's not embarrassing. I went to a psychic in December. It was amazing.
Was it amazing? What did they say to you?
So much stuff. I've been checking it off as we go.
Really?
Right? That was the same with my experience. I got my tea leaves read, and they did this whole thing, and everything they've since has happened.
This person was really keyed in to a lot of things in my past, and he also said to me, he was like, you're, gonna have a really successful marriage with Jen, and he was like, you guys are gonna have 2 kids, and you're both gonna carry one each. So that was pretty cool. And I began to
Was that
weep.
a plan for you?
That's what I wanted. I just began to weep because I was like, oh my God, I love my girlfriend so much. But yeah, and I'm 35. It's taken me, I start my egg freezing next week. I pick that back up. When you're queer, your 30s are just like so awesome. And when you're straight, you're bogged down by the man and you're a cog in the machine. So it's just such a better time.
Shout out to all the heterosexual listeners out there.
We love our heterosexual listeners. You cog in this capitalist machine. I hate my wife.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he had a lot of really nice things to say. I was pretty excited.
Why were you embarrassed? Why were you embarrassed to tell us that?
Because it's very woo-woo and like Rae, I don't know, with computer science and everything, I'm very science oriented and data driven and like evidence, and then also I'll pay to see a fancy psychic.
They are fancy and they're fucking expensive.
They're so expensive. And that's where your Patreon dollars are going. So for more of this.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
I guess I have to be, unless Bree, you have any other hard-hitting questions. I think I covered most of, I want to know what the jokes were that were said off. I can't imagine anything. For me, the fuck off at the table was all I needed to see to make a firm judgment, because I know how these things are edited. Like you said, there's so many ways to use audio, splice video, have the person turned around, have the audio come from, you don't see it matched to their mouth. Like there's so many things that you can do. But who mouths fuck off at a table, unless this was like blooper footage and it was just not at all connected to what was happening. I cannot imagine a scenario where they got that footage.
Yeah, that was definitely, I didn't see it at the table, but obviously everyone else did. So yeah, pretty crazy to know that there are like 15 cameras on you right now and to do that. So
I think a lot of people watching from speaking to folks can relate to, and why I think so many people are maybe triggered by Vanessa's behavior is we've all had a Vanessa almost ruin our lives. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I've never had a Vanessa, I think.
Well, your Vanessa is Vanessa. Vanessa is your Vanessa.
You're right. Shit.
Yeah. I've never
You're
had
right.
a Vanessa. You were fake married to Vanessa for 3 weeks, Rae. I hate to remind you.
I was the first. Yeah, I was the first to have a Vanessa.
And it only took one digit to almost ruin. I'm sorry.
To almost ruin it all. Oh
Not
my
even a
gosh.
Vanessa, just one 1/100th of a Vanessa.
I have a question about the show. I need to know from you, what do you think, like, I think undeniably there's probably storylines that you know about that weren't included. Do any of those, like, frustrate you that they weren't included?
No, not really.
Like,
there is so much context.
I agree with all the cuts. Thank you.
No, I mean, obviously there's so much context that is missing. I dated Mal, right? None of that's shown. We all had all these other relationships, and there is so much off-camera stuff that played into some of the reactions you see on camera.
Right.
And those are the good ones, but nothing on camera. I think I'm like, oh, they should have put that in. Nothing juicy like that. A lot of it was off-camera stuff.
How much is off-camera time? Because I imagine you're going to want in the Bachelor series, which I love, huge fan. I should be the host of that, frankly. I keep it straight. Keep it straight and just throw me in there. I love straight. I mean, like, it's like, I love that show.
This entire episode is just Ash pitching to be any host anywhere.
I have a gift.
Wait, I feel like you would be such a good BIP host.
I would love to do that.
That would be good.
What was I saying? Oh, how much off-camera time is there? Because they give the off-camera time to the contestants on The Bachelor to like discuss basically politics and religion is the way that I've interpreted it. Like sex, politics, and religion. They have that one evening to cram in, hey, you don't think the election was rigged, do you? Because if you think we gotta cancel this whole fucking thing. And
totally.
If you think that's what it's for. It's finding out whether or not if the guy voted for Trump. And when I say the guy, I mean the guy. So I'm curious how much off-camera time you got to actually develop the relationship in ways you didn't feel you could on camera.
Yeah. I can't quite remember. I feel like filming was maybe 3 or 4 hours a day. And when you're in the house, it's constant, right? Because there's cameras everywhere. But then there'd be like a certain week. I think the first week of dating, we had no phones, no cameras. It was like way more filming. But for the most part, you had a lot of the day. So long as you were outside of the house, you weren't being filmed.
So you'd go on walks.
Well, I'm an idiot, and I started my new job while filming. So when I moved in with Lexi, I was working East Coast hours. So I was waking up at 6 a.m., working till 3, filming after, and then talking about all the things we filmed about at night. So there wasn't a lot of time for me personally to like go break everything down, if you will.
You actually are a lovely person. We were literally watching you at one of the most stressful moments of your entire life. Both logistically, hours-wise, and just personality fit for this position, and you still, like, really, I thought, came across very, very well. So,
oh, thank you. I'm surprised by that. I just feel like I was crying all the time, so maybe that probably helped. You guys are like, this poor girl, this poor little girl.
Even if you were, I'd just be like, the team gave them too much alcohol. That's what. Whenever they get emotional like that, I'm like, the teams. They always
cut the taps.
Yeah. Listener, one of the best ways to support this podcast is to come see me live, okay? It's a really great way to just support the whole team and everything that we do here. So get on my text list or my email list. It's international, both of them. AshleyGavin.com. Go sign up, and I'll literally text you when I'm in your area. So you don't have to hear all these plugs. You can skip right by them. Don't even worry about your city. Just get on one of those two things, and I will let you know, okay? Because there's a lot of cities coming, and I just remaking this announcement over and over again. We all think it's annoying. You do. I do. Get on the text list, you piece of shit. Or your DMs blowing up.
Yeah, there's a lot. I can't even handle it. I'm almost not even looking at it. I click them and then I leave them. I don't know what half of them say. It's almost so fucking overwhelming. I'm more likely to respond to a comment than a DM right now because there's just...
Don't respond to anybody about anything. Don't open up that can of worms. I did that. I was one of those, oh, thank you. And now it's like, oh my God, why did I do this?
I did it for like the first 2 days and then I was like, I can't do this. I just can't. And then when they go into that other folder and you click accept, like you have to click accept to be able to respond. And then they audio call you. They keep audio calling you. And I'm like,
yes,
you're ruining it. You're ruining it. Why'd you do this?
No.
Have you gotten like flirtatious DMs? Like, hey, I'd love to take you on a date.
Yep. When people didn't know I was single, now that I am single, I have a lot of that. Yeah. I can't do that though. I just can't. I don't think I can meet people like that. I need to meet you in person, and like I can't do long distance. You know, I need an in-person thing because I don't know who you are over the internet.
Yeah, that's so
for
fair.
Sure. But if someone cute enough sides in, you might be more inclined to meet them in person.
You're talking to the wrong person, Rae, because Ash would be all about it.
Should I really? You're suggesting to me that I should be responding to these DMs. You're right.
No.
My wife might be in there right now.
I don't think respond to them, but I think if you see someone cute, why just one cute person, the cutest person. They have to be at the threshold where you're like, I'm willing to risk being murdered.
And everyone's got that point. Everyone has that point.
I will say, when I was single, I'm in an open relationship, but like, I don't really check my DMs for hookups. But when I was single, there was an occasion where I did see someone so attractive, and then I looked at her profile and I thought, oh, she's interesting. I'll talk with her. And she was so funny in the DMs, and it ended very poorly.
Well, yeah.
So there's that.
I mean, they're a fan. It's completely different. And also, I think that there's a weird balance. And Rae, I'm sure you're feeling this in a certain way.
I think that's what fucked me up is that they weren't entirely forthcoming about how much of my work they had actually consumed. That was the issue.
Oh, you had a super fan. You got mixed up with the super fan.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And as soon as I was starting to figure that out, I was like, oh, we can't. There's just the power dynamic is not appropriate, and I can't move forward.
Well, I think
gosh,
also
that's
if
scary.
people have seen Rae on this television show, already date one is not balanced, right? Because you know nothing about them, and they know all this stuff about you.
But Bree, everyone has seen Rae on this TV. There is not a lesbian in America who doesn't know who Rae is. Rae is fucked and just has to embrace the situation that she compromised her way into.
Okay, so here's the plus I will say is that before, if I go into a bar, you can't tell if I, sometimes straight girls go into a bar, and for the most part, I present pretty femme. So now I don't have to, I was never the person who's going to come up to you in the first place, fear of rejection, whatever.
Yeah.
But now at least whoever is looking knows, right? So that at a minimum is out of the way, which I really like.
This is the femme solution. The femme solution.
Femme solution. Get on a once-in-a-lifetime TV. Do you think they'll make it again? Do you think they'll make another Queer Ultimatum?
You think they'll make a gay one, like a male version?
Oh, yeah, I bet you. That'll be next.
What I'm about to say is a reflection of the patriarchy and not a reflection of my views, okay?
Okay.
My views I would watch a gay male ultimatum. I would watch that. Do I think America is ready for it? No, I think they're too homophobic because people fetishize and sexualize lesbians. I'm actually doing a great job walking this line. They sexualize women, and so they're willing to watch that. But if it's men, I think it's just going to scare a lot of homophobic people. The other side of homophobia, the non-sexual, the hateful side, rather than the sexualization and the fetishization. Yeah,
that was good.
But
that was well said. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of homophobic comments in at least my stuff. I don't know.
I'm almost wondering.
I have a different experience as a more feminine presenting person. So, but I personally haven't felt a lot of that.
Well, do you think are the straights even watching? Are straights watching the show?
I don't know. I can't tell.
My sister is so straight, and she's watching. She's been texting me about all the episodes, and she never watches the gay shit. And she has been hooked in. I feel like this is one of the first shows that I've seen a queer version done where it's breaking through to the straights.
Breaking out. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'll be in some of the DMs and be like, oh, that girl's actually cute. And then I click on her profile, and then she has a husband. So they're out there. The straights are watching, and the wives are watching.
Yeah.
But maybe they're I think some of the wives are bisexual.
Oh,
I
that's
think
true.
they're probably bisexual.
Yeah.
Do you think that you'd venture out and date someone more masculine having talked to Mal, or do you think you're going to stay femme, for lack of a better term?
I think I will probably stay femme for femme, but I told Mal, I was like, I feel like even meeting her and Xander, once I take time, right, and then there is that emotional connection, maybe. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm open to it, yes. But initial attraction is to femmes.
Do you think Mal is just drowning in pussy right now? Do you think Mal is
Absolutely.
just absolutely swimming in it?
Those dimples, the communication, absolutely. She is
For sure.
It's coming from everywhere right now. Every social media platform. LinkedIn, I'm sure, she's crushing it.
LinkedIn. They're finding it everywhere. Oh my God. I love that.
Special skills. I won't say it.
Just say it.
It's fingering. The special skill is.
Oh God. Oh, on LinkedIn. Got it.
Bree, did you prepare a story? I feel like we're almost at time. I talked about my psychic and having babies. I mean, Rae really buoyed this.
Really went there.
this episode, and that never happens with a guest. I don't think I've ever had a guest where I was like, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Because this is so interesting. Like, I'm just so curious about the whole experience, because I guess my story is just simply that I'm a fan of reality TV in general. I talk about it all the time on my social media. So it was like really fun to get to watch reality TV that didn't suck. Like, I thought it was super entertaining, that was also queer, because sometimes you have the queer versions of things and they're kind of like half-assed, the budget's not there.
Yeah. You know what I liked about the show is like, because I watched the queer version of Are You the One, which I imagine for some people is more representative of their experience. Now, there were parts of this show where I was like, it's the first time that lesbians have been on TV in this way. So, I mean, you're really pioneers in the space. But when I watched Are You the One, it didn't feel like my story. It didn't feel like it got, because it was them so desperately trying to make the format of the original show work with queer people. If you guys watched, it's all pansexual people. Everybody is attracted to everybody. And maybe that feels more representative to my friends, my listeners who are listening in Bushwick right now. And I love your purple hair and your septum ring. And you are such a cutie patootie. And I love that your name is Kiosk. You're killing it. But sorry, this is a comedian in me. No, I genuinely do love you. Thank you for listening. But for me, watching this show, I was like, this is actually like listening to you talk about, I've like never been into a masked person before. Like, those were conversations that I had never really seen. And like the way that you connected to each other, especially in the beginning with all the dating stuff. And that was really the first time I ever felt like, this kind of looks like, for all the hot mess that happened, it kind of looked a little more real to me than the other stuff that I had seen.
I also appreciated that everyone on the show was a little bit older and like had been in relationships for a long time. It wasn't just like, I got here with my partner who I've been dating for a month and I'm 21, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think what was really cool about how it was done is obviously the queer cast, right? But everyone behind the scenes, like almost everyone in production was also queer. So I think that also helped play into like a lot of the producers, cameramen, like it was really, really cool. And because everyone felt so deeply about it being Netflix reality, first queer, like everyone felt so strongly about this being a thing for like the community that we were all so happy to like be vulnerable, be a part of it. Like, just there was just this feeling on set of being like, we're doing something really cool right now.
That makes the straight host choice even more of a wild card to me. That is so crazy that they had queer producers, queer sound guys, queer camera women, and that they went with this.
Instead of the token gay, they had a token straight. They were like, we're going to flip this right on its head.
Genuinely, I think they probably struggled to find, because the reality is queer representation in Hollywood is very bad. It's really, for front-facing people, for camera-facing people, it is very, very bad. And the ones who are out and big are like too big to do something like this. They're you know, like there's not a lot of like, the reason it works for Nick Lachey is because Nick Lachey's not working on anything right now. And that means that they would have had to have peaked.
His wife was, though.
Was she?
Yeah, I think they were supposed to be ours, but am I allowed to say this either? Fuck. I don't know what I'm doing.
We can just cut it there, but I'm curious to know.
Yeah, she was filming something else, and I think that's why they couldn't do it.
Got it. And honestly, again, this might get cut. We'll go through all of this with your person, but like, they can't just have Nick there. That would be a mess to just have some random straight guy who
straight man just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't just have. Well,
So
exactly.
who would you have picked? Who would you have picked if you could have picked a host that is actually, out
It would have had to have been a queer person who peaked and has petered off since and is in a position that they want to do this. That's a hard person to find because queer people were not peaking in the 90s and early 2000s. They were not in media. So it's very hard to figure out who that person would have. I don't know, maybe the kid from, not Kevin McHale, but the other kid from Glee.
Oh, Kurt, the guy that played Kurt.
Hey,
Chris Hummel. Chris Hummel, right?
that could have worked.
That, or, maybe take a chance on an up-and-coming comedian.
Oh, Jesus.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
We'll slip them your application.
Rae, do you feel like after doing this show that you are interested in doing more media things? Like, I know this wasn't who you were before, but has this like opened your mind to more in this industry?
Maybe you host.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, that would be fucking great. Maybe not more reality TV. I'm definitely not doing a relationship show, anything, no, never again.
Yeah.
But in terms of media, I think for me, I made a decision like 2 years ago to force myself to be uncomfortable, which is like the career change, doing the show, working on my communication, just shit like that, right? So I feel like I filmed like a couple cameos yesterday. Like that is so uncomfortable and I hate doing it, but it forces me to like do something that makes me uncomfortable. So I think for me, yes, I'm more willing to do stuff like this, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take my gummy before, or like,
Yeah.
do little things that help me like relax. Because it is hard. It's different, right? Like this is new for me, at least. Obviously, you guys do this, but for me, this is different.
You
I
seem
think that's
far
why
more
you're so
polished
likable,
than
though.
me.
Yeah.
You guys both said something at the same time. I have no idea what
I
either of you
said you're far more polished than I am. Like your answers have been really, really good. Like very good,
thank
very
you.
thoughtful. Yeah, I don't know. And Brie, I don't know what you said. Some garbage.
I just said I think that's part of the reason Rae was so likable, because genuinely when you're watching these shows as a viewer, you are kind of like, you're aware of who seems to be there because they're also like fans of reality TV, or maybe they've always wanted to be on reality TV. Like as a viewer, you're kind of trying to suss that out, and you just seemed like genuinely a fish out of the water in the best way. Like you felt just like very yourself and genuine. So I think that's why so many people connected to you.
It was really fun to have someone on there that was like, what the fuck did I just walk into? It really is refreshing.
I watch it back and like I can see how uncomfortable I was and remember like what I was thinking when this person said that, but it's just not me to like, I don't, yeah, like you said, it's just not me. So when people tell me that, oh, you come off as very genuine and authentic, it was because literally I don't know how else I can be anything other than what I currently am. And
Right.
and that was it. And I'm happy it turned out how it turned out.
I hope in the future you catch a lot of finger and it's not as
Yeah,
dramatic.
I knew that was coming.
I'm sorry. That was it. Well, thank you for being here. Is there anything that you want to plug? Usually people plug things, but you're like, I can't imagine what you... Do you need a job? Oh, wait. I might need an engineer for something. Do you do freelance work?
I need to focus on my real job because I need to make money, but thank you.
We really appreciate your time. Like, this was so cool. I did not think it was going to... I was just like, long shot, let's see. I had an opening, like, let's just see what happens. And if you still want to come to the show on Sunday, my weekly show in New York City, that's every Sunday that you can stream for $3 a month on my patreon.com/WHGS. Thank you for coming.
I love that. Thanks for having me, and I will definitely be there on Sunday. And this was so fun.
Awesome.
I'm really glad this all worked out. I didn't like anticipate this at all.
It was really fun. It was a great episode. Bree, do you have anything you want to plug?
I'm going to be in Seattle for Pride doing a meet and greet. So that's on my Instagram at Brianne Williamson, everywhere. Link in my bio for my text list. Films coming soon. That's it.
Get on Bree's text list, you piece of shit. And then same with mine. Thanks for listening, guys. This podcast couldn't be made on ads alone. Patreon.com/WHGS. You can donate as little as $1. Patreon.com/WHGS. AshleyGavin.com for tickets to my tour dates. Gay thought. I started back up getting my eggs frozen, which was something that I started doing right before I started this podcast, as I was starting this podcast, and right before the pandemic. And then the pandemic kind of put my whole process on hold, and I've been a little anxious to get back into it, and I went today, and I'm going to talk about this more broadly on an episode, but oh my God, the way I feel as a masculine presenting lesbian and woman walking into the fertility clinic, I fucking love that shit. It is so euphoric for me to walk into that insanely straight space as this guy and just feel like, fuck yeah, dude. Knock me up, bitch. Get me pregnant. Give me that cum. I love it. I think it's so much fun. I don't know. It's the part of my femininity that I feel most connected to, like the parenting, nurturing. And I know that dads can be that way too, but it's more commonly associated with women. And I feel that nurturing parental warmth inside of me. I know that might be shocking to some of you. No, I'm your mom. I know I'm like mommy to some of you guys, but yeah, I just loved it. And it was a really great visit. I'll have more on that later. Thank you so much for listening. You guys are the best. I hope you have a spring in your step. I hope you've got a twinkle in your eye. It's summertime. Pride. Go feel good, listener. Have a great week.